Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Adam from Spiritus Systems, and tonight we're going to talk about the Expander Wing 2.0, or the Mark II. This guy's been a long time coming. We stopped making the Expander Wing some time ago. I don't even remember anymore. It was so long ago. And we knew that we wanted to revamp it, but we knew that we had to spend a little more time in development based on all of the user feedback that we were getting. So first of all, you might notice that there's only one wing in this package. And that's because some of the feedback we got was, hey, I don't really need two. I'm wearing it with a plate carrier. I just need one. So we're selling them as individuals. But don't fret, there's not a left and right. It's actually ambidextrous. So if we take an Expander Wing, like this guy here, this has some AK mags in it. You can see that right now it's set up to go on my left side. So if I take mag and put it in there, it works just as you would think it would. But very simply, if I just flip it over to this side, it also works over there too. And how we achieve this is kind of novel, but it's a pretty simple design. We essentially have these tongues that go on the inside of the pouch, and they just Velcro to each other. And that allows us to have that design that basically makes this ambidextrous. These tongues also serve to adjust the depth in the Expander Wing. So another complaint that we had about the old model was that you couldn't really adjust the depth on it. And so I'll hold these two kind of side by side for you. This is the old Expander Wing. If you have one, you know what it looks like. If you don't, this is kind of a size representation. But it was, this depth was what you got, and whatever type of radio or magazine you put in there, it was always the same. It's a good product. We sold these for many years. We get asked about them all the time. People really want them, but we think we have something better here. And you can see with this tongue, I can actually adjust the depth on the Expander Wing. And this radio, which is a Harris 163 for reference, you can see how deep and how tall this is and how deep this radio is set into the pouch right now. So that's one of the main kind of features of the system, is the ability for it to be ambidextrous and the ability for you to adjust the depth on it. Go more shallow if you need to, or go deeper if you need to. Another feature that we added in was on the back side here. You can see that there's these two tabs, and we wanted you to have the ability to add a tube from one of our tubes cummerbunds onto it. So I have this Expander Wing set up with one on there, and you can see it has a tube attached to those two loops. And what that enables you to do is you can take this now and you can put it onto any plate carrier that is not tubes compatible. So if you have an old carrier that doesn't have any way to put tubes onto, and you have a set of our Expander Wings, or even if you just have one, you can place this on, and now you have a tube, and you can attach one of our tube Molly cummerbunds to that, and now you have a tubes compatible vest. So this is just an added feature. If you buy one of our cummerbunds, it'll come with the parts that you need to make this happen. So just something to keep in mind. Some guys like to run just one tube on one side, Velcro on the other, and these Expander Wings work with either type of cummerbund. So I set up a chest rig to kind of show you, what this looks like. And actually, I'm just going to throw this guy on, make it a little easier to demonstrate here. So one of the big complaints that we got before was that the Expander Wing sagged a little bit. And we had some routing channels built into it on this guy as well. It didn't get used a lot, I think, by end users, but we were hoping that you would route your straps through there. And on the Expander Wing, now we have a similar setup to where you can route straps through these slits right here. And what that does is it helps you if you're wearing something like this Harris radio here, this is a 152. It's a big, heavy, dense military radio, but you can see it's not really sagging off to the side, and that's because I have it locked in place using the slit back here going to my fat strap, and also there's one on the back strap as well. And that keeps this, you know, the load-bearing aspect of this in its proper place. We also have a slit here on the top. Doesn't matter which side, top and bottom. It's reversible, so top becomes the bottom. But we have the ability to put your placard or microfight, whatever it is. You have the ability to route that buckle through the top of that expander wing. And again, this keeps, if you can see on the back here, what this does is when you start loading this down, it's actually putting the weight, the load-bearing aspect, it's putting that onto your nice strong webbing and buckle instead of putting that on this Velcro, which over time, Velcro degrades and it starts to, it actually starts to pull on the loop surface. You can see here on the front, it'll start to pull and shear. That's why we don't like to really use Velcro as a load-bearing material in our products. So we always like to add in some kind of rigid strength, something that can take that load a little bit better. Another feature of having that tube slit on the sides is that it actually adjusts where the expander wing is in reference to the chassis. And so it's pushing it back some, which we've gotten a lot of feedback saying it's more comfortable now. So a couple of things adding to the comfort, you know, it's low, this radio is sitting lower if I need it, which makes it more comfortable, or higher if you need it, like in this case of a Motorola XTS radio, you need to be a little higher. So I've adjusted the depth of the pouch so you can get it up a little higher. So however you want, there's just a lot of adjustability, which is going to add to the comfort of it. The wing does still mount under the straps. And this is something that we've gone back and forth with in design. But for the expander wing, it makes sense. We do have the Thing 1, if you're interested in mounting your radios forward of the product to get them off your ribs if you get kind of irritated by having a radio there. So the last segment of this, or section, is mounting to plate carrier. And this expander wing, we really focused on the plate carrier first, and then the chest rig second. And you know, we think this actually is a really great product for plate carrier usage. We actually refined it for the LV119, but it'll fit other carriers as well. So the same features that we use to mount this to a chest rig, we would use mounting it to a plate carrier. You're going to route your placard up through the little slit on the top to give it that load-bearing aspect. If you're using a tube cummerbund, it's going to route just through that same slot. If you were adding the tube to the backside, it's just going to slide right through there. And I would recommend using the mounting surface on the plate bag, not the one on the expander wing. If you have an LV119, it's just a little bit stronger. It's going to be a little bit tighter. You're just going to be happier with it that way. So you can mount it on. You can also use it with Velcro. It'll just go right over it, whichever you prefer. When you purchase an expander wing, it's going to come with some basic parts. It's going to come with the wing itself, a length of shot cord, a pull tab, and a cord lock. And those are going to just allow you to add a shot cord retainer if you are worried about your items coming out of the pouch. So that's what you get when you buy one. Again, they don't come as a set anymore. You have to buy two if you want to. They just come as one. So thanks for watching, guys. That's the new expander wing.